Hello everyone, I'm Moshe Hecht and we're coming to you today live from Charity HQ, New York. So today we're going to announce the 3 winners of the Ducks in a Row $60,000 grant matching grant competition. So we're all very excited here today. So we have a really fun program lined up for you, and we're just going to get right into it. So first I want to introduce my colleague Jess. Jess has really overseen the entire competition from beginning to end, and she's going to introduce our first guest as well. Jess, take it away.
Hi everyone, I'm Jess, Charity's Client Success Manager, and I'm so excited to be here to help bring in the celebration of announcing these 3 winners. This process has been so rewarding, and I've personally been a part of each level of the competition, as Moshe mentioned. From outreach to submission, it's been super inspiring. We had hundreds of organizations apply from so many different verticals, from education to special needs to health and so on. We narrowed it down to 30 finalists, and we were looking for organizations that had a strong mission and their greatest capacity to run a successful crowdfunding campaign. So we are excited to announce the 3 winners, but first, Moshe will be interviewing our very own CEO, Yehuda Gerwitz. So Yehuda, can you join us, please?
Welcome, Yehuda. How you doing?
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So, Yehuda, you have really been the guiding force and visionary of Charity since its founding. Now, how do you see this campaign as continuing and furthering Charity's mission?
So, as you know, and anybody working in charity knows, that what charity is all about is helping organizations of people realizing that the impossible is what's possible. And it's something that we do all the time. It's something we do with every single organization that we work with. What is more interesting for us over here, I think, is that, number one, this project was started by the first philanthropist who understood what we were doing here at Charity. It took time, as you know, for a lot of people to realize what is actually happening here. That it's not just a simple crowdfunding campaign. It's really about pushing boundaries and something that they didn't believe was able to happen. And someone like Ellie, as you'll be probably discussing, realized that. And helping organizations really push that boundary is something that this campaign is actually doing.
Yeah. So, achieving the impossible.
Correct.
Very good. So we're actually going to have, you mentioned Ellie, we're going to have him a little bit later on the show. We're going to be talking to him as well. So thank you, Yehuda. Thank you very much for starting Charity so we can all be here today. Yeah, looking forward to having you join us and as we announce the winners.
All right.
So our next guest is our very own COO, Shai Travinsky.
How you doing, Wish?
Good. How you doing, Shai?
Great.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Shai, you're the captain of the ship around here, and you really have your pulse on the entire global operation of a charity. We're in 11 outposts around the world. So, what message would you like to share with the global charity community, heads of organizations, leaders of nonprofits that didn't win this competition, at least not this year? How can they maximize their potential?
So I think 2019 was an amazing year, starting from internal growth, adding more people, different location, like you mentioned, and also touching more and more nonprofits and then helping them. Nothing to do with the charity campaign. We definitely know that our mission, the charity mission as we see it, is help nonprofits, And when I'm looking at it in terms of the day-to-day. So a person went and he wants to attack certain, mission, whatever it is. He went and opened a nonprofit. He's doing an amazing job dealing with fundraising or whatever it is. And then on the day-to-day, you want to take him into a place that he is doing things much more efficiently and, can break, like Yehuda mentioned before, the glass ceiling and take him into the next step. So when a nonprofit approached us to come and they want to do a charity campaign, basically today, the whole process that we're doing with the nonprofit and from the data that we have, that we collected so many years now, doing so many campaigns, is that basically when we are coming in, we help the nonprofit, I'm always saying that it's amazing to wake up in the morning after having a successful charity campaign with $1 million, with $10 million in the bank. It's exciting, it's amazing. But the biggest thing here is that you see the love, you see the reaction, you see the people that come in, they join in, they're helping, taking the social equity into the next level. And basically for us, keeping them into a much higher level and efficiency, takes them definitely to the next step.
Yeah, it's really, it's all about, capacity building and giving the organizations the tools to have a strong foundation for continued growth. And also to do a charity campaign, which is, of course, the most important thing. So thank you, Shai, for joining today. So we're now going to show a nice little clip that we produced for this campaign, and we'll be back with me in just a few moments.
This campaign is so important is because we want to create an atmosphere and a place where they feel loved, valued, and well-resourced.
Families are being empowered to move forward, to see hope in a way that they should go.
$25,000? Wow! Do you know how many classes, Shabbat meals, and interactive programs we could run with that much money?
Using charity's tremendous reach and their professionalism, their knowledge, how to run an event and how to further your mission.
And what it means to navigate. And our mission is to be able to help lone soldier veterans after their service navigate, to be able to empower them to be successful leaders.
Challenge Aspen has been changing lives since 1995. One person and one family at a time.
This Friendship Circle Center is going to be upfitted into an inclusive fun zone with a parent lounge, art and creativity spot, music and movement studio.
Why should we win this grant? When you support Jax Toronto, you are literally saving lives in real time.
Okay, so our next guest is Mr. Eli Nash. Eli has been, like Yehuda mentioned earlier, one of the pioneering philanthropists on our platform, and it was actually Eli who had the idea to launch this campaign in the first place. So without further ado, let's welcome Eli Nash. Welcome, Eli.
Excited to be here.
Thank you for joining us. So how did this all get started? Let's just go back to the beginning.
The beginning of what?
The beginning of time. Well,
in terms of this idea itself?
Yeah, so, it all started a conversation on a phone call with us. What was going through your mind before you made that call? What were you trying to accomplish?
Yeah, I got a message from someone saying, thank you for introducing me to charity. I've just done my 6th campaign, and every year it gets bigger. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. Not only did the original donation, whatever it was, let's say it was a $100,000 campaign, and I was one of the matchers, so say $25,000. Not only did $25,000 turn into $100,000, but he was still doing it 6 years later. Wow. Like something had got planted in there. I was like, wow, that's leverage. And I said, hey, if I can get a little bit of leverage, how can I get a lot of leverage? And then this idea came to me that maybe we can have a competition, so you have, say, 100 organizations, 1,000 organizations, all compete for a $25,000 prize. And not only will hopefully all those organizations or many of those organizations do campaigns 1 year, but also many years.
Yeah. So we took this idea and, it had the ducks in a row line. So Eli was sending me a message on a WhatsApp message, And I said, Ellie, describe how you'd like to, for the competition to go out. Like, what are the criteria for people to be able to win? And he mentioned, they should have their ducks in a row. So it was one of my colleagues in the office said, okay, you know what? We should probably title this thing Ducks in a Row. And then we just, as you can see, we had fun with it. So Ellie, so now we're, about 3 months into this campaign, and after hundreds of contestants, have you feel like you've accomplished what you set out to?
Yeah, what was cool is originally there was supposed to be one prize of $25,000, and then Maishi calls me a couple weeks later and say another donor wants to get on board and create a second prize.
The Meroman Foundation, yes.
And then you guys said we want to get on board with a third prize, right? So we've already got leverage.
We do what we can. Even
before the first campaign, and then afterwards, when we're looking at the organizations and we're seeing some of the submissions, some of them got so excited about doing campaign they didn't wait till the end of the.
Yeah, we had about almost 10 organizations that signed up for this competition, ended up just doing campaigns because it was like year end. They're like, I might as well just do this. I'm not going to wait around for the gift.
Can I explain what the opposite of ducks in a row is?
Sure.
Okay, so this is a real life, and this is not a charity plug at all. But I get a message from someone yesterday. It says, I'm putting together a campaign with a non-charity platform. Would you be able to donate there? I said, sure. He said, thank you. We're going to aim for 100. Please, God, we'll hit 60. I said, so aim.
You sure you didn't read that, bro?
We're going to aim for 100. Please, God, we'll for sure hit the 60K. I said, so aim for 100 and say 100. Why mention 60? So that's an example of what ducks in a row means. At charity, one of the things they say is, A, very clear communication. What is the goal? Sure, you can go beyond that, but when we hit 100% of the goal, then that's the bonus campaign, or what's the terminology you use? Right?
Bonus, yeah.
Bonus round. And then all the communication that goes out there is we're hitting 100 or nothing. Failure is not an option. When they say you want to take the island, burn the boats, right?
Yep.
There's no option other than to hit the 100K if we don't hit the 100K. And that's, to me, is an example of someone who did not. That's the difference. There's nothing wrong with that organization. They have a free platform to raise money, and that's a service for certain people. But in this case, this person will probably make $40,000 less because they're worried about the small percent. He'll hit the 60. He won't hit the 100.
So, Ellie, about a year ago, I stopped counting how many times you've matched a campaign. I think at that point it was like 35 different campaigns, and I just stopped counting. So it's been countless amount of campaigns. You've really been a real example of a philanthropist that has used our platform and used our methodology to help organizations grow beyond even their own wildest imagination. So what final words can you share with our viewers and share with organizations about doing this type of fundraising and how this is going to benefit them in the future?
So I think there are two things. Number one is that larger donors want to see commitment from smaller donors, and they want to see a commitment from the organization to attract the smaller donors. They don't want to give 100% of the budget. Even if they're comfortable giving that amount of money, they still want it to be a portion of it. So having a tool that can really attract those donors is important. It also shows buy-in to the organization, that there are a number of people who are willing to support the organization. The other is to have, I see a lot of organizations are penny wise and pound foolish, saying, hey, there are other tools that can get me there cheaper. And I promise this is not a plug for charity. I'm not sitting here. I'm sitting here because I like charity.
With T.
No, because I like charity with a D. I'm saying because I've come there, not because I like charity, so I'm sitting here. You know what I mean? It's like I came to it honestly. I saw an organization that the very first campaign I questioned. I did it with Chaim Lipsker in Miami. He said a $40,000 campaign, and I was a matcher of $10,000, and I saw how it worked. I saw the energy it brought to the organization. So I come at this from that standpoint, not from because there's also an expense to it, and there are a lot of other tools out there that aren't. So that long point in a nutshell, is not to be penny wise and pound foolish. There are reasons that organizations who come to charity see success is because failure, for the most part here, is not an option. Recently, we can discuss that. You added this flexible funding, which we can have a discussion about. But in general, the concept
took some of the pressure off, which you want to keep the pressure on.
Keep
the temperature so high.
You've done such a good job with the branding for a while. People think, people don't even read the fine print. They think that the campaign is 100%. But that idea of there are standards, there's an expectation we're going to hit this goal, and we're going to hit it 100%, I think that's excellent for an organization to buy in and to concentrate that amount of time. And those are my 2 points for an
Amazing.
organization.
Ellie, thank you so much for joining us today. You've really made this campaign happen.
I have a third point.
Oh, go ahead.
We're doing this one more year, at least.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's exactly what
That's right.
I was going to mention. You know, when you came to me, you said, "Listen, Moshe, I want to have like a 10x impact, right? I'm giving to my organizations, but I want so many more organizations that I can't help. So let's run a competition, right? And you know, you're going to see that so many more people can take advantage of it. So I'm going to tell you that this thing has been such a success that it's not only the other few hundred organizations that that engaged with us that may potentially do a campaign, but this is going to go on for years now. So we've committed ourselves to continue this competition indefinitely. So the merit that you have by joining into this campaign is going to have an infinite and unknown benefit for it. So thank you very much.
So you'll have to find the lead matcher for the 3rd year.
Yeah.
Second year you got someone.
Well, we'll see. It's
Oh,
gonna
you might get a bigger campaign.
it'll bring a lot of blessings. So hopefully you'll be the smallest philanthropist to join in the future. Okay, everyone. So without further ado, we are now going to announce our 3rd prize winner. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you an organization that actually happens to be very timely right now. An organization that we chose the winning organization before what's been happening as of late, but it's a great organization showing beautiful Jewish pride, Israel pride, and the winner is none other than Nevut! So, woo! So, welcome, Ari. Welcome. So we have Ari here from Nevut, and Ari is the winner of the free campaign. We're going to sit with Ari for a few moments, and we're going to have a question. So, Ari, congratulations for winning this competition. So, we'll put this over here. Ari. So we have a little surprise for our audience here today. You actually have a campaign coming up this week.
Correct.
So the timing couldn't have been any better. And we're really excited to be working together with you. So tell our viewers a little bit about what Nevut does, what your mission is, and I'd love to follow up also about what your plans are for your actual campaign.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, thank you so much for doing this campaign. It was really awesome to be part of it. The energy going into it, being able to make the campaign, the videos were awesome and fun. I'll tell you like this, Nevut is an organization that is for lone soldier veterans, anyone that served in the IDF as a lone soldier, helping them with the transition after their service. We do is we help them with their careers, well-being, which is the mental health part, and community. And we feel, as being a lone soldier myself, someone that served in the IDF and continue to serve today in the reserves, flying back every year, one of the things that you see is like when you're coming back, you lose that meaning and purpose in life. And you're like, in the Army, you had such a clear purpose, and that's really what Nevut means. Nevut means to navigate. So every soldier does navigation. And what do you use when you navigate? You use a map. And in life, you need meaning and purpose. And if you take meaning and purpose, M-A-P, that's what it stands for. That's a map. So that's really where Nevut came from. And it's been around the whole United States. We're expanding to England and Canada. And really, it's about making sure that the lone soldiers, when they finish their service, know that we're all here for each other as a community to help them be able to be successful. We have such a huge network of the Jewish people that, we gave our lives to be able to help the Jewish people. And now it's our turn to make sure we empower our fellow veterans and other lone soldiers to get to the next level.
Amazing. So tell us a little bit about the campaign that you have coming up next week. What are you raising so tell us the size of the campaign, what you're raising the funds for, and how that's going to make a difference for the people you serve.
Okay, so this is actually our first campaign we're doing, and we never had big donors before this, so we're going for $100,000, and we're doing it as a double matching campaign, and it's going to be on next week, Monday and Tuesday, January 13th and 14th. And the goal of it is to be able to not only get all the lone soldiers, we have 450 lone soldiers that are part of it and their families as well, to be able to realize that we're all in this together. It's not just one person, one organization, but it's together as a community, be able to really help and help more soldiers. We pray for private therapy right now for soldiers. We have educational events. We have scholarships we give for the soldiers. We also do a lot of programs, making sure every month we have group therapy, we have art therapy on Sunday. We have different programs that are always going on, Shabbatons. And this is to be able to enhance all the programs we're doing this year to make more quality programs, as well as an app that will connect all the soldiers once they finish their service, helping them with careers, well-being, a resource hotline 24/7, really making sure that we're going to get to the next level.
Wow. So, veterans is obviously really, if you look in the large landscape, it's an underserved demographic. We're very excited about sending our kids off to war, but what happens when they come back? So whether it's American soldiers or of any army, and of the Israeli army, especially so many American boys and girls who go to serve in Israel. So I think what you're accomplishing is that young people are going to feel more confident about going to the army, knowing that there's going to be a community for them when they come home. There's going to be, and because it really is a lifelong, when you join the army, it really is a lifelong commitment that you're making. So knowing that when they come back home, Ari and your team and your people are going to be here to service them with critical things that they need and to maintain and to retain that community environment, it's just critical, and we couldn't have been more happy to have you as the winner. I should mention also how timely this is with what's going on in the world and anti-Semitism, and I know that a lot of Nevut members have been helping communities and have been volunteering as security for different communities around in Muncie itself and around the world. So you're really doing a great job with your community, and we congratulate you.
Well, thank you so
Ari.
much.
Thank you. Okay, so for our next winner, for our second prize winner, we are going to be going live. Okay, so I'm going to put on my little headphones over here. We're going to be going live right now to the winner, and I got to tell you who it is. So, the winner. Am I good to go, guys? Okay, the winner. Second prize, who could not make it today because they do not live in New York, and they're doing really good work, so we didn't want them to schlep all the way out here, is none other than Zab's Place. I'm just going to do one of these for myself. Oh! So I'm calling in now with Zab's Place to let them know that one of the person over there knows. We're going to let the organization. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
How you feeling?
Yes. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
How are you?
We're feeling great. We're all here, gathered here, celebrating. Totally surprised. Thank you so much for including us. We're so excited to be a part of this.
So, been seeing, what you're doing in Friendship Circle. One of the reasons why we chose you is because, there are a lot of Friendship Circle organizations, and all of doing unbelievable work. But the creativity and the ingenuity and the innovation of Zab's Place is something that really impressed us. And you also took time to make a beautiful video with your customers, your clients, your community to actually act in the video. So if you can please tell our viewers, what is Zab's Place? What is it that you guys are doing? And then we'd also love to talk about, potentially, we know we're going to do a campaign in the next few months, how those funds are going to be spent. So, Ben Cian, can you tell us a little bit about the work that you're doing out there in Zab's Place and in Friendship Circle?
Thank you, Zab's Place is an initiative of Friendship Circle to help find the potential in every single human being and allow everyone to pursue their dual career. We're an employment training center, a Swiss boutique for young adults with special needs. And we're here with some of our team members that are here today. And we're so excited.
Amazing. Can you introduce us to some of your team members over there?
So, Sue Schreiber, who runs our Friendship Circle programs. We have Lisa Storr, one of our co-founders and director of development, who's on FaceTime.
Welcome,
If you
Lou.
can see the phones on the screen. We have.
She basically does everything. Okay, Rachel is the boss. Okay.
Everything. Stacy is our product manager, also one of our job coaches. Rebecca, and we have one of our job coaches, Janine, who's here as well. And we have Rabbi Cohen from Chabad and Friendship Circle here to join us.
Amazing. So how do you guys feel about winning this grant? Well, we just want to say thank you, everyone there, for all the amazing work that you do for all of the children, for all of the young adults, and it's just for whether you're a volunteer, whether you're a participant, you guys are doing world-changing work, and we just the least we can do to show our appreciation for you guys.
Thank
you. Let's just talk quickly. You know, you're going to be running a campaign the next few months with this grant. Tell us a little bit about that campaign. Where's that money going to be going to? How is that going to help your community grow? Nice. Just, yeah, bring me with. Wow. Well, that's music to our ears, Vincent. We're just so happy that we get to be a part of it. And we're going to let all our viewers, as we get closer to your campaign, we're going to let everyone know about obviously the success of the campaign and the aftermath of all the things that you're going to accomplish. So thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, everyone over there, for the amazing work that you guys are doing. And have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
That's it. Okay. And now, for the first place winner, we're actually going to invite the, I don't even know what we want to call them, the brains, the minds, the heart, the behind this entire campaign, are you here? Our very own Duck. Now, the Duck is going to help us in this announcement. Here you go. That's for you. So timing is really important here. Okay. When I announce the winner, you know how to do this? You just what? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So when we announce the winner, you're just gonna twist it up, yeah, and point it up. But before that, so how do you feel about the competition? Are you proud of what you've accomplished here? Okay. Well, I don't speak duck, so we're just going to keep going over here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, your first prize winner. This was tough. I know that Ellie and I have had probably many conversations and other people in the decision making, and the winner.
Wrestling matches.
But we did it. The winner is none other than Challenge Aspen. Oh. Woo! So we're going to bring Challenge Aspen over here now live. We're going to have them on the phone. Oh, nice. You here? You here? Okay.
Hi.
Hey, hello.
Hey, guys. Who's there?
How's it
And
going?
introduce yourself.
This is Gary Schall. I'm the development director at Challenge Aspen.
Gary. Hi.
And
Who else is there?
I'm Emily Zeiss, and I'm the development coordinator.
Amazing. Gary, Emily, you know, this was a tough challenge. There were hundreds of contestants, but because you had the name Challenge in your name, we decided to give it to you. No, I'm just kidding.
Woo!
So,
Thank you.
You know, we've worked with a lot of different organizations here at Charity. In fact, thousands of organizations. But when we were introduced to your organization, seeing the work that you guys doing, and more about the creativity of how you are helping so many people, not just, with basic elements of life, but really empowering them to feel empowered, really empowering them to take ownership of their life, and to involve them in an activity that really gives them that self-worth, that self-esteem. So, and everything that you're doing is just amazing. So tell us a little bit, tell our audience what it is that Challenge Aspen does, and we'll go from there. Go ahead, guys.
So Challenge Aspen has been around for 25 years, and we're really dedicated to helping those lives and those individuals, whether what we call locals or national participants, or our CAMO participants who are veterans, to really work through cognitive or physical disabilities to really recreate their lives and to find new challenges and to encourage participation, especially in activities that really are designed to redefine their limits and recognize abilities and really transfer newfound courage to their daily lives and those lives around them, really creating possibilities for people.
Amazing. So Gary, I'm actually sitting here with Mr. Nash, who is, the grantor, I don't know what the word is, for this match.
To say something very
is there
simple
anything?
and
So he's been the donor for this campaign. Anything that you wanted to share with him?
Well, first of all, we can't tell you how grateful we are for both Mr. Nash and for Charity. We don't do this very often, but we've actually put the disco ball on today because this is so amazing and so important to us. So we are excited as we move into our next 25 years, and as we grow and expand services and really look to make those differences in people's lives and their caregivers' lives and their spouses and
families.
So it's really important. And one of the things that we're looking at as we look forward is how do we really enrich not only the lives of our participants, but those family lives and those exterior pieces. So many of our participants are a full-time job for a mother and a father, or for a wife and a caregiver. How do we also make their lives more meaningful and less stressful? So there's just so many opportunities that we see moving forward that we just can't be happier for Charity and for Mrs. Nash's really generosity to get us on a path that we haven't taken before. I'm really excited about that.
Amazing.
As we don't have a big check behind us because we do live in a remote area, and so things like Uber and Lyft and things that you take for granted, we work with big distances, and we work with challenges that are not insurmountable by any means, but are different than what they would be in a city or in a regional area that has really all those amenities. So not only are we providing great service, but we're doing it in an area that is fairly remote, and so we appreciate understanding the challenges that we face and how excited we are to really work with Charity around what that next big thing is going to be.
So Gary, this is, I think you said Gary and Emily, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes, this is Ellie Nash, and I can tell you what spoke to me about the submission and then visiting your website. It just seemed to me that you guys do everything at a high level. Say the way you do anything is the way you do everything. And it was clear both from the people who spoke and getting people not just to walk. I mean, they're skiing down mountains, and it's pretty cool, right? You're trying to reach for the top, and then the quality of the video and the quality of the website, it seems like you guys do a good job, and I'm excited, and I think Charity is as well, to be a part of your organization, because it seems like you're best in class.
Well, thank you. We hope that we embody the ducks in a row theory, and this lovely woman sitting next to me is really an embodiment of that. Emily is really one of our small staff, but really professional staff that make sure that everything we do, both outward facing, but mainly for our participants, is really wraparound, full service, really taking into each individual need what they need and how we can make their lives more enjoyable.
Amazing. Gary, so my final question to you is, I'm sure it's you guys even had a chance to think about you know, how you are going to, you know, what the campaign is going to be for. But off the cuff, if you can think about how this money is going to be spent, what you would do your campaign for, and how that will, you know, benefit and add value to the work that you're doing.
Well, I think that one of the things that we're really looking forward to is working with charity and having a set of fresh eyes look at Challenge Aspen and what we're doing now and how that can be enhanced. But I think that one of the things that we've talked about, and not only to expand what we can provide for our participants, but really expanding what we can provide for their families, the husbands and the wives, the mothers and the fathers, the caregivers and the support people. They give incredibly. We give on a daily basis. They give 24/7, 365 days a year. And how do we help impact the quality of what they do, both for their son or daughter or husband or wife, but also how they can achieve balance and stability in their lives, dealing with the challenges that they face every day.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, guys. And we'll be in touch.
You guys.
And we can't wait to be working together with you on your campaign and getting to know you guys more and getting a deeper insight into the amazing, wonderful work that you guys are doing out there. And obviously, we're going to have to come out for a visit to do some skiing.
Of course.
We would love to have you.
The duck wants to come along for that as well. So we'll see if we can arrange that. Thank you guys
we'll put the duck
so
in a
much.
sit
Any
ski.
last thoughts you want to share?
Just thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks to Mr. Nash and to Charity and to the wonderful people we've already started to work with. We look forward to the experience very much.
Amazing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I'm gonna one last thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. I just want to give a final thank you to Ellie Nash, to the Miromim Foundation, our second grantor, and obviously to the entire charity team, to Jessica, to our production team over here, to Ari, to Vincian from Friendship Circle, to Emily and Gary from Challenge Aspen, and really to all of the other contestants and finalists. The finalist organizations are mind-blowing. I encourage everybody here to go to charity.com/ducks and take a look at the finalists that we have. Incredible organizations that are doing unbelievable work. The good news is that we are going to be doing this on an annual basis. So please stay tuned for next year, where you can be the winner of the Ducks in a Row Challenge competition. Thank you very much. We're good? Done? Oh, gosh.